the sky, but now 6 do I see. What devils are you here? But make me free!
Ladies and gentlemen, on this day in history, in 1833, Britain abolished slavery.
Yes.
On this day in history, in 1996, Prince Charles divorced Princess Diana.
Yes.
On this day in history, in 1963, the Civil Rights March went through Washington D.C., ending with the famous "I Have a Dream" speech. How appropriate!
Yes.
And also in 1830, on this day, a horse, for the very first time, raced a train.
And won!
You may ask, is that a coincidence? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to celebrate the first folio, the publication of the 36 plays that we now have, 18 of which would otherwise have been lost completely. There are 36 plays in that first folio. However, we believe there was a 37th. We're going to discover, it's not Pericles and so on, no, it's not. It's another one that is there, but is waiting to be tapped into, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to actually write our 37th play that should have appeared there. And at the end, you can decide whether it was good or bad that it was omitted. So we're going to start with this. The plays, as you may know, generally are categorized in 4 different ways. You have the comedies. Shout out some stuff you have in comedies. What happens?
Marriage.
Yes, marriage.
Unrequited love.
Unrequited love.
Cross-dressing.
Yes.
Mistaken identity.
Mistaken identity, very good. And always you've got
Not
parents.
very funny bits.
Not
Yes.
funny bits. And parents having troubled relationships with their offspring. And it usually ends in weddings, but not necessarily in happiness. Then we have got tragedies. What have we got in tragedies?
Death.
Death.
Stabbing.
Stabbing.
Many stabbings.
Murder. Stabbing.
Treachery.
Revenge.
Accidental stabbing.
Accidental stabbing.
Jealousy.
We get the idea. And of course, you always have, parents' troubled relationships with their offspring. And madness. Usually ends in death. Then we have got
Occasional supernatural things.
sometimes, yes, but not gods.
No, God.
No. Then we've got the histories. What are the histories? What happens in history? War! Usually off stage.
Parents' troubled relationship with their theme.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Shakespeare really interesting.
Strong women.
Philosophical speeches in a large expanse of nature.
Yeah.
Inaccurate history.
Inaccurate history, very important as well.
Dressing up.
History is great, very exciting.
What was that? What was that, sir?
Dressing up.
Dressing up. Well, I think we've done that. Yeah, right. And then finally you have late plays or late romances. What do you get in those?
Well,
Yeah.
almost anything.
Anything can happen.
Redemption.
Redemption.
Forgiveness.
Yes.
Travel between 2 different worlds.
Do them worlds, yeah, huge time
journeys.
Gods could come in there as well. And of course there is troubled relationships between parents and So today we're going to find out which of this 37th play, which one was it. So you'll have to just tap into it. And when I shout out either comedy, tragedy, history or late, you've got to cheer if you feel the Akashic record is informing you that is actually what it is. So today, are we going to try to channel a comedy? No. One person. I like you already. A tragedy. Yeah. A history. If you say no, it still sounds like a noise, unfortunately. Watch out. There's a yes over there. Yeah, I like a late play. Okay, so the 2 loudest there, I think, were probably tragedy and late. So who wants to go for?
Straight.
So redistribute your votes between just those 2. Okay, so either tragedy or late. Who would like tragedy? Late play. Late. It's a deeper, broader.
Oh, that's great news.
Really hard. Oh my God! Literally anything can happen. Great.
That's true. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. It's great. Yeah. So what we've done here is we have asked the Wet Mariners who've been entertaining you all week. With essentially with a very brief workshop. They've said you're going to be on stage and you're going to be helping us tap into this play. So and creating a new play. We have with us a pre-existing member of the School of Night over here. And so we'll all be joined together, and I shall be your goader or their goader, as we shall put it. So let us start. Let's find out. Let us start with a late play. Let's start with the opening scene. And the opening scene in a late play is often kind of some exotic court. So where is this court? An exotic thing that might be in a real, actual Shakespearean Elizabethan thing. What would they think was exotic?
Aleppo.
Aleppo, very good.
Metropole.
Yes. Aleppo, it's the court of Aleppo, whatever that means to Shakespeare. The court of Aleppo. And what is unusual? Give me one unusual thing about the court, something that makes it stand out. It has pineapples. The court of Aleppo known for its
Knowledge.
pineapples.
No
Amazing.
ledge.
So the court of Aleppo, and it has its pineapples. That's excellent. Now we want one more thing actually before we start. We're going to get actually at some point in the play, we're going to get a member of you, with a member of the audience, to help us out. So everyone can retreat to the sides. So we're going to have a messenger is going to come on. We like to do this. This is going to be very good. In case we're kind of losing track, you can come in. Who would like to be our messenger? We need some volunteers, and we're gonna get you to vote. So put your hand up. Yeah, great. Come up here. Great. You want to be one as well? Come up. Excellent. One more. Let's get one more person who wants to give it a go. Only one of you will get it, but we're going to try it. Yeah, fantastic. Come up. All right. So this is how it's going to be. At some point, there's going to be a messenger will come on with news. So what we're going to have is here. Can someone be a king, please? There's a crown there. So if you can grab that. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm the king.
You're the king. Absolutely. Right, okay, here. This is how I'm going to do it. So if you guys stand over here for now. Great, you're going to start, okay? No, you come first. You come first. You can start. So this is what's going to happen. King sit on the throne. You're going to bring news, okay? So some news of battle. So I want you to come from the back.
Yeah.
The trick is you've got to be injured. Okay? So find an injury that you
Audition
like.
time, audition.
And really play the injury. And as you get closer and closer, very good. As you get closer and closer to the king, you've got to get increasingly injured. Okay? Deliver your news, king. Do a nice rhyming couplet, and then we're done.
I'm spotting method. I'm spotting method.
Okay, very good.
Modern usage of technique.
Okay, and go. You're ready.
What is this news you have here, man?
Bad news, Your Majesty. Forgive me.
The news, please, pray, speak it now and let it hear.
I dare not, Your Majesty. I fear you're wrong.
You're allowed to have him killed at any point, by the way.
You shall be killed if you do not hear say
No,
what news you
nay,
have brought
nay,
for
nay,
me right this day.
The field is lost, Your Majesty.
The field is lost, the men have retreated.
Many are slain, Your Majesty. The rest are fled.
Right, rhyming couplet.
Rhyming.
Sing it and sing.
So it must come to pass that we make hay. For right or wrong, we have but made this day.
Ah, very good. I mean, that's really, a bar is set pretty high.
That's
I have
pretty
to
good
say.
stuff.
The trick here, this is my tip to you, be more injured.
Troubadour, I think you can say.
Let's go back on it. Yeah, you give it a go. Yeah.
You
Tom,
king,
give
you
it a go.
king.
All right, more injured and more devastating news. Excellent. All right, and... Oh, sorry, do you want me to hold your glasses? Okay, and go.
Why thunderest thou, messenger? Upon thy knee, tell me the news you have.
The battle, it's gone.
If you could see the rage upon my face, you would not speak of battles lost and won.
Not lost on one. Gone.
My word, you say you mean the field is nothing? It has disappeared from the land on which we do stand?
I have not seen the battle that's gone.
Well, that I know, quite clear.
Wow,
The fact that the earth has disappeared from you, I must now go, for I do need the loo.
All right, another king, great, fantastic. Okay, so again, same thing again. The most injured, the worst possible news. Okay, and go.
No news can break my mirth this happy day. What is your news? Will it bring my cup full of such joy?
Your head soldier.
My favourite soldier of them all, I know.
Died. Stabbed.
This cannot be true. I refuse to believe this news.
Double down, describe it in really nasty detail. Yeah.
Through the heart.
And it went through the heart and hit, what did it hit? Another organ.
Another organ.
Yeah, come on, any you like.
The lungs.
Yeah, the lung, one more.
How would it hit anymore?
Science. Through the heart, through the lung, and then it hits.
How would it hit anymore?
By your own footman.
quick, writing couplet.
I hate this news, whether it be true or not. Come take this man and have this messenger shot!
All three messengers here. So this is how we're going to do this. All three messengers. Okay, by noise, stand up on stage. Okay, like which one you want to have. This messenger will have an opportunity to intervene with the play at some point. Okay, I'm going to put my hand above their heads. Just cheer, and we'll see which one gets the loudest cheer. Go. Yay! 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 One more time. Yay! You two can sit down. Thank you very much. We're going to ask you for the more stuff later on. So you've got an interesting job. So at any point during the play, at any point in the next 90 minutes, 80 minutes, okay, but ideally not right at the end, you can say, I have news! And then you jump up on stage, and then you say something that's going to massively change the play. Sorry? Okay, we're going to start. Court of Aleppo where there are pineapples. Let's just have the very opening scene. Okay, here we go. Let's see if there's king then maybe. Grab what props you need, everyone. And I will bang you when the scene is ready to start.
No thinking.
Yeah.
No thinking.
The mouth inside this court is turned in smile. There is no happiness in here, nor will there be.
The harvest of our pineapples has failed. The gods do shame us for our disgraceful acts.
What is this land that I have here but seen? Aleppo, 'tis it. I've never seen it like. I've come here for the pineapples, of course. Such beautiful and spiky things they be, much like the spiky heart of my mother, who I have fled from 3 weeks here ago. I hope to find some wonderful persons here in this land. But first, a pineapple.
Soft, what is this face I do see here? More spiky and more glowing than the fruit, which usually we spend all year to grow. She has changed this day to joy from whence it was just woe.
Lo, stranger, you arrive not at a very happy time. The court is in a state of disarray.
Now, this is a good bit, okay? So he's going to basically, essentially do exposition. He's setting up what's going on in the court of Aleppo, right? So he's going to go on about it. It's quite boring, okay? It's going to be so boring that there's not a titter from the audience and they start slightly falling asleep, okay? So you've got to go on at length. You've got to name all the various people involved, and then you want to go into history. Ideally, quote some Latin. Go.
I will be brief in what I have to say.
Don't make them laugh.
Yeah, otherwise we'll switch you in. Right, go. Boring.
It is the case that this, our emperor, is in such misery that he will never be in a state of joy evermore, for he has married unto him a terrible wife. She loves him not, and yet she is his bond for evermore, if he will see her through. The daughter that she comes with is a beaut.
Carry on now, you take over the Lord. Yeah, she is a beaut. Now, more boring. Now, remember, we're listing all the various things that can happen, like trade disruption from other nations and things.
But her face, although it is like the sun, will not bring light to this foul dark kingdom. Our apples of the pine we sell each year
There we go.
to far off lands like Bohemia. And they, if they do not receive their crop, might war against us as they did last year. But that is not the worst of our troubles, for there is also Aleppo's poor who feed upon the husks of the pineapple tree. If they cannot but eat, why then we are all lost. Our soldiers, they will die, and we will be thus weak. Bohemia will strike, and we will lose our seats.
Hey, great, yeah. That's
Nay,
good,
sir,
good.
you do
Yeah,
not
go on,
understand. There is so much. I'm going but as fast as my lips can. But the woe upon us is so very strong. My uncle and my father, they would agree. My grandfather, you shall see him anon, will tell you when this happened, 10 seasons back. And I did leave him when he told me to, for long it was that story. But fear not, for I can tell it now. All to you here. You see...
All right, yeah, good.
Oh, yes.
Finally we can, get on with the play now. Very, very good.
So you say the Emperor has thus caused the crops to fail, and here the poor cannot eat but the husks of pineapples. My mother, who I have fled from in the house, she's married to this Emperor that you speak. My name is Jocelyn, and I can ask if she could speak to the Emperor thus, and perhaps speak and ask him to help the poor and bring something for them anew.
Fair Jocelyn, I do forget myself. Oh, holier than us, you noble princess. Thank God you are here to save us in our woes.
But I must warn that my mother is spiky like the apple upon the tree that you have thus had grown.
She goes into a bit more, what is an app on the tree? Yeah, go into it.
The apple upon the tree that hath thus grown, with yellow flesh entwined inside its bowl. And much like the sun, it does bring joy, but not to joy for Aleppo here now. I will speak to my mother for you, sir, and the spike upon her back, while I can shave. And perhaps smooth and gentle speak I may, and she may warm, much like this sunny day.
And will she turn the Emperor's evil heart and make him once again to love the poor?
I can but try, sir, to have a spoke with this spiky woman of my fam.
Speak to your fam you must, for your fam is what can save us, oh, this day. If they will love again Aleppo's poor, perhaps we will grow ripe our axe once more.
Very good, that's it, 13. All right, excellent. So we have an emperor, we unnamed as yet. We have Jocelyn, who's the daughter of the who? Was it empress or what?
Of the empress,
So you
who
are
is now
therefore
married to the...
Oh, okay. So it's a new. So you're the daughter of from a previous marriage.
I think so, probably, potentially.
Stepdaughter of the Emperor.
Step of the
Step princess.
Got it. Step princess.
princess.
Let's get a very good. I think we need to be introduced now to the emperor. So let's have a great emperor scene. Let's you three.
Yes.
We know you're Jocelyn, so let's see who's gonna be the emperor. You all stand here. The emperor should probably be trouble. We know he's evil, so we want to have an evil kind of line from each one. Each of you have a nice have a rhyming couplet. Okay, a rhyming couplet. So you may already notice they're doing a really good job of doing iambic pentameter. They're trying to nail it, which obviously Shakespeare didn't write always in, but a lot of the time. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. 5 heartbeats in a breath, and it's so it really helps them. If they ever go well off it, I may correct that. But they're doing really well so far. Okay, so a line from the emperor. Can I have a good name for an Aleppo emperor, like a proper Shakespearean name? What? Sorry.
Boanerges.
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 Luckily, it's iambic, thank God. Boanerges. Well, Boanerges or Boanerges? Boanerges. Yeah, Boanerges. Yeah, Boanerges. That's a good question. When is it set? We'll never know. Oh, where? Oh, Aleppo.
You know Aleppo.
You know, the pineapple state. So, okay. Boanerges. Okay, let's go. Line. Emperor.
Though yet the stars look down upon me meek, this kingdom and its fruit I leave to reek.
Oh, the choleric emperor. Okay, let's have a different emperor. Go.
These people can but starve, they're not my kin. They will waste away until they are just thin.
Slipped off the iambic there, but it was a good line. All right. Okay.
I stand here proud right so upon this floor, and I will crush disgusting Leppo's paw.
Oh. Okay, so now 5 votes. In fact, no. Who are the few people who didn't get in before? The messengers. Okay, between you two, you can decide. Okay, so just between you two, who you want. So put your hand up if you want this person to be the emperor. Oh. There we go. Famously, you are a horrible person. Great. Boanerges. Great. Okay, we have Boanerges.
Good, yes.
Boanerges. Okay, let's have a really good introduction to Boanerges. Yeah, I'll do some drumming here. Okay. Okay, Boanerges Court. See if you can set it all up. You know what? I think we have someone else to talk about you before you come on.
I agree.
Yeah. That's more late playish. Okay, let's do that. So a couple of minor characters, please. You haven't got characters yet, so you can also join Jocelyn. You play another character that you join. Oh, you can be the old servant. Yeah. What is she? Yeah. What does he do or she do?
She's the grandfather of the man who did the exposition.
The grandfather of the man who did. What's her job in court? Give her a job in court.
Steward.
Steward. The steward of the court. Kind of looks after things. Has been around forever. Okay, great. All right, you can come in there and you have to just find out what your jobs are. Discuss the emperor. What's he really like? What's really going on? And go.
Why, met well, lamentum, here we stand. And so, lamentum, I upon this ground would weep.
I weep so too with my damp, moist undies.
And yet, lamentum, forgive, I see bold Sodomico. I, that brave Sodomico who stood against the Greeks and held the pass for 4 long days with but a spear and an apple. An apple made of pine, I said. Why else but this is pine and apple best but fit. And
yeah, that's what's happening here. As you can see, he's playing with words here. He's doing a bit of that. So we're going to have that between you two now, okay, before you get to your bit. So you're going to start talking about pine and apple. You're going to play with words between you. You're both very witty.
why lamentum didst thou not last week comment on Sodomico's funny turns?
I had no joy last week, for I did pine. For unto a fruit that I did miss from out my belly, which is empty and so full of nothing but the absence of the app.
The thought of nothing and an app.
Oh, look at that. What we had here was hearty laughter and bugger all. There'll be more of that.
And yet methinks a beaut it makes of more. For here in Leppo we do like to think that beaut and app make finest, sweetest trough.
And yet the butap that we do pine onto is mimis, which is a word which we do call our city's kin who are not here.
Now, actually, this is a good time because we've got a neologism. So Shakespeare loved inventing new words. What was it again? Mimis.
Mimis.
Mimis. We're going to find out what is it.
Mutt mimis.
Mutt mimis.
Mutt mimis. We're going to find out what mutt mimis means, of course, because you know all the history of it. You go, and want you to be super. You're really interested in the etymology of the word. Mutt mimis.
Thou speakst of mutt minis. Oh, but Sodomico knows it best. For Sodomico wrote the very list that mutt mimis doth name.
List from out Sodomico's mouth
Oh,
will come but in a steady stream so gushed.
Oh, Mutmanist is gushed above it all.
Mutmanist is like a tiny grain that hath but a little flow, and must grow high, for it must not here show. It is a secret little
Yes. So throughout this scene, you're constantly trying to give her a seat for her to sit in, but she never. Sodomico refuses.
Radical staging. Radical staging.
Amazing.
And in this grain a field that is divine will but be Mutmanis and Mutmanai. And therefore we cannot even but think that I must do a wandering foray. So Mutmanis is Mutmanis in time, and you must know the reason for it.
Now he links it. This is an amazing bit where she links it back to the emperor. We'll find out what it is. Also, he hasn't got a name yet, so at some point we'll name him.
Lamentum.
Sorry, your name. What's
No,
your
I
name?
don't.
Yeah.
Gregor Mutmanis is but a worrying thing for that emperor who hisses and brings terrible famine and joy and hate. We do not know how Mutmanis will be.
Now describe the emperor. She describes the emperor now, but like as in, give it like some kind of physical deformity.
What's his name again, this emperor?
Boanerges.
But
Boanerges.
Boanerges, he does but grain and ghoul and has a very high butt pitch. The way he spake is not very aloud, but very high up hid so. It is a very silly voice, I do but fear. I do not like it all. It sounds so rink and girlish and very quite shrill. But it does make me laugh. Oh yes, how fail.
I there my mirth doth fail me, Sodomiko. For such a voice doth splinter through the air.
Listen now, this is the famous "but such a voice does splinter through the air" speech. So he's talking about the folk of Aleppo, how they're suffering because of this terrible emperor. So check it out. Now we're going to use what's called, as it starts to rain, we're going to use what is called the humours. The Elizabethans believed that there were basically 4 humours or 4 liquids in the body that kind of regulated how you felt. And there were only 4 kind of emotions, if you like, though they were quite complex. And so we're going to use that. They believed in sanguine, which means kind of happy, too much blood. Phlegmatic, which means kind of flat and even-tempered and unaffected, too much phlegm. Melancholy, too much black bile, so you were deeply sad. And choleric, too much yellow bile, which meant you were angry. So let's start here. Oh, he's looking choleric. We'll start with choleric.
For so, like crow or wolf, the bark doth cry, and our sanded hills do ring with banshee howl. Some say 'tis Ireland only they that have those wraiths that cry, scream, and shout at night.
Sanguine.
But here in Aleppo we have them too. Such women as haunt the caves, you've heard them true, and they do sing the stars to ground, methinks, or even batter down the desert waves of sand.
Melancholic.
Oh, and to think that he rules here, the curse is placed. 'Twas his voice that made us so.
Phlegmatic.
What care I? My riches yet, sea is mine to sail, and so I'll make some money.
Cleric.
Oh, so much filthy money drives my heart and makes me the misery that I am.
Phlegmatic.
I say to you that there's no need.
And now it is all 4 to end this. Okay? All 4 in the final couplet.
There's no need for Emperor here to make us so. Weighs us down with heaviness.
And check this out. Okay, all right. Let's It's going to be a long afternoon. So yeah, we are going to have. It's going to be an amazing. He has obviously got a voice like that. We know this already. But let's. Now the Emperor, when he's going to come, he's going to do the first soliloquy. Let's make the Emperor a bit. Let's get Richard III here. Okay. So you're going to start you out, but I want you to talk about what your vision is of Aleppo. And how I want you to do it is I want you to do what's called playing the faces. Okay. So playing the faces is you're going to look at someone and you're going to sort of see what their face is and you're going to match it, and that's going to be your emotion. That's what's going to drive you. Yeah, exactly. And if it changes, then that person can direct you as well. Okay. So each person will be there, and you match the face, and if they change the face, you have to change, and then that will change your speech. Okay. And you go along and you can look at all these different people. Okay. All right. So that is your speech. Go for it.
That's right. These men, here, they are mine, but to control, and in them I strike fear, because they are a hive, and I sit strong inside. And though they fear me with their opened mouths as I walk astride their tiny feet, for like an oak I stand, so strong and proud my roots descend into the bowels of the earth and suck up power from the darkest depths of hell itself.
Now get sanguine.
Which makes me strong. And motes of fire could I hurl about this sandy kingdom that is mine. They will bow before me like a god.
Melancholic.
I have all this hope. But within my heart, my family is wrenched and cleft in twain. My step-daughter, she does not see my goals. She walks like dogs amongst the common muck.
Yeah, getting choleric now, yeah.
But they like her face. They say shines like the sun, not mine.
Phlegmatic.
It's her they seem to like and care, but who am I to worry of them, for they are fools.
Choleric.
But yet those fools are the ones who plough my fields, and without workers, my hive is bereft of strength.
End of speech.
So I must kill that daughter, who's my step. Because...
Oh, yeah. Rhyme with step, go on.
I am the ruler of Aleph!
We need to meet the Empress, obviously. The Empress and her daughter. This is going to be an amazing scene. So you, Jocelyn. So who's going to be daughter? Probably one of you two going to be daughter.
I'm daughter.
Yeah, you're the daughter. Sorry, one of you two going to be the Empress. So if you can stand here, I'll get you both to do. I want you to show off your best calf, and we'll see which one you think is going to be the Empress.
Oh,
So
the
you can do
Empress.
this. All right. So come here, Jamie.
Calf off.
Yeah, calf off. Okay. So you need to, because the Elizabethan thought the calves are the most attractive part of the body. Okay, ready? And who's calf? Age catches up with us all. Okay, all right. Okay, Jamie, grab your cool outfit. Okay. So, can we have Bonergy's wife, the Empress? What is her name? Probably also something extravagant.
Artemisia.
What?
Artemisia.
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 Great invocation of I beg your pardon.
Artemisia the 56th Artemisia. Yeah. So
Artemisia, a great invocation of Artemisia Gentileschi, of course, the poet and painter.
Indeed, I was thinking the very thing.
absolutely great. Fantastic. Oh yes, look at that. It's very good. Artemisia. In this speech where you can meet, talk, and kind of catch up, but you obviously have to reference the fact there have been 55 Artemisias before you. Okay.
56.
She's the 56th.
Good morrow, mother. How goes it with thou?
The sky is black and yet the sun is out, I feel. I feel it on my face and it shines out. My ears drink it in and out they come from rays from oft my eyes. What is it you do want, my daughter, here?
I come from the marketplace to speak with you.
You go unto the marketplace again?
I like to walk among the common folk. I like to hear their conversation so. I speak with them of dreams and hopes they have. And I have come here to speak thus with you.
If you get too close to those wretched folk, they will infect you with their common curse.
Okay, now let's instead. So that's great. That's what she thinks. They will infect you with a common curse. But Shakespeare wouldn't have said it just. Oh, they'll infect you with a common curse. There would have been some image of what she is and what they are. Okay, so we're now going to really go into. Don't get too near the people. You'll get ideas and it'll cause problems. You're going to do this using a metaphor, simile, tap-off routine. So this is how it's going to work. So when you are starting to talk about it, you're going to go to anyone and you're going to tap on them and you're going to say, so because you are like A or because you are A, and you have to then say a word. Any word is good. A noun is better, otherwise it gets weird. and then you will use that to drive this speech. You're basically giving advice to your daughter. Don't get involved, because otherwise things can go wrong. Go for it.
There have been 6 and 5 of my name 4. By that to walk upon this earth where we do habit.
I've learned that we are but an other sort. For we are much like the pianos with many keys. If we play one note, then we are rung out, and yet there is another note that we can sing.
But dear good madam, a piano has but different keys of different colours see. Some black and white, but all does play along, and make a wondrous note along full on.
But all those notes are placed in nice order, and you will go and tarry with the brass.
But see, they all are but a different notes, but do have a harmony with them too. So like we walk with other people that may different to us their seeing be, we must along like a piano does, and walk and make a note for free.
A pianist must never blow upon a flute.
Now we know she's now talking about something else. Another kind of advice is coming through now. So you're going to go. Now you know what she's really talking about. So now I want you to plumb the analogy without ever actually revealing what you're really talking about. She's talking about your behaviour, blowing on a flute.
You dwell with things that you do not yet know. You will in time learn when you are but wed unto a man, which we will find for you. You talk of playing songs that you are yet to sing. Your voice is much too high to reach those notes.
Ah, but well I know how well to play a flute.
Your lungs are not yet full to gasp that out.
I gasp it out in here, that's why I flee from sometimes you spiky to speak to me. I do not like how you speak thus, mother. It is not kind, and I would like to go. I will play along the flute with other folk who know how to play thus, and thus I will.
You blush as if you are coy, not as a rose.
We need time for another metaphor, right? We need to crack on with the emperor and the evil. What's going on?
But mother, I'd like to speak to you today to talk of your husband, who's much like a bilge. A bilge that sits upon a boat and does suck out the water from around. It pumps it out and takes a lot of things from all the folk of this fair land we live. The pineapples, the crops, he does take all off. And I am done with having it this so. I want to speak to him and ask him, please, to give the people something of this food.
This common infection is the cause of this malice. Rid it from you, or never step in this palace.
Ah, very good. All right, let's have another location then. Where else could they go in Aleppo? Some atmospheric location. There's a lot of mention of trade here. So whereabouts, like along the sea, or sort of like in the docks?
We need another fruit. Somebody else give us a fruit.
Well, I'm not sure they wouldn't have bordellos in Shakespeare. So they would mention them.
The harbour.
The harbour, and what's happening? What did you say?
We need another fruit.
Oh, we need another fruit. We've got apple and we've got pineapples. They're the only two fruit that we know so far.
It's the same thing.
What's the? And what is the other fruit? Go on first.
It's a cloak.
Does anybody else want to?
Who wants another fruit? Banana, yeah. Okay, yeah, bananas. Okay, so what kind of things would you have in a dock? Give me one, something you'd see in a dock in sailors. Okay, there are sailors in the dock. Let's start with a couple of sailors who are drinking and who are talking about. So now you're going to see them switch into prose. Okay, so the iambic now can get lost a bit, and they're going to boast about the latest time they've come in with a shipment of bananas. From Bohemia, okay, and we'll see what's going on and what their thoughts are. Oh, it starts, of course, with a hearty laughter.
Ah, this famine of the app is good for us.
Oh, Francis, Francis, thy belly doth make a mockery of mine own knees, and my knees do make a mockery of my toes, and my toes do spit upon mine own teeth.
And your words do make a mockery of your brain, for thou hast supped hard and long on sack
Yes,
tonight.
this is a comedy scene, as you can tell. So we're going to really push the comedy. A lot of people, of course, look at the comedy scenes and they wonder why they're not funny. Well, there is a theory that goes they weren't funny then. We're actually going to push them a little bit harder now. So we need to have. So you've got an accent already. We need a regional accent for this sailor here. Where's he from?
Devon.
Huh?
Devon.
Devon. Yeah. So start Devon. What were you already?
Why would you think I was a sort of standard pirate, sort of Devonish?
Yeah. Cool. Let's do a different
Give me
one.
something else.
Liverpool. Scottish. You're Scottish. Start there.
Scotland.
All right. Let's go.
Bagpipe.
Yeah. You've got a bagpipe. Yeah. You got a bagpipe.
Oh, Francis, I need a bagpipe for the task. I blew my sails the fuller for it, never doubt my breath could hold it more.
I say you have blown
Speak,
forth
Francis.
too hard right now.
Speak, Francis.
We
speak.
do not need your
Nay, speak,
blowing
Francis.
of your bag.
Nay, speak.
I'm speaking now to
Oh,
you, my
sorry,
friend.
sorry,
You're
I-
clogged with all the honey you have supped within this mug.
No, honey. I toast to that, but not the Emperor.
No, he is foul, but I think quite good, lest we be heard speaking ill of him here tonight.
We haven't got an emperor, but we haven't been funny enough yet. So let's stick with the hilarious kind of like back and forth, but about you two. Let's give this one here. So you got you're Francis. Have you given him a name yet? No, right. Give him a name. Francis. Therefore, since the only one with a name. But what is his physical? What can he not do? What's his problem? Like as a comedy character in Shakespearean times. What's he missing?
He's got a leg.
He's got a twitch. He's got a twitch in his leg. Okay, very good. No, Francis, not you. Francis, yeah, we'll get to you. Don't worry in a bit. All right.
What?
Hilarious twitch in his leg.
Oh, my leg has started to move again. It happens after I've had 6 of these.
It is always the sixth that knocks you over into the Caesar's
Oh,
trance.
I can be saved, good Polento. You know the cure of this, my malady.
Why then I do know, and methinks I always pick up his damned voice. It is a pressing business that those Wessex folk
More Scottish.
that prey on Leppo shores.
Even more
I'll
Scottish.
stroke it down.
Oh,
Fine stroking on the thigh, and press upon the gizzard also, and here upon the buttocks hard, and slap thee about as I would thy man.
oh,
And now some phrenological debate will unwind with thee. Oh, goodly Francis. Thou hearest
Valento.
here the cry of Nana Man. Aye, he's...
and thereupon is the reason for our mirth. For we have sold so many nanas to these folk.
The leg goes off.
down.
Oh, Lord! Off it goes again. You have not rubbed like you were wont to rub when you were young.
Let's get Valento. What's wrong with Valento? What's his hilarious physical thing? What? You got hiccups.
Oh, by Ben Nevis, my hiccups have returned. The theatrical hiccups, it seems. I cannot make them quiet,
Now talk
though
about
I
the
often
Emperor.
do in dreams. What's that I hear?
Emperor.
Aye, but enough of this
Hiccuping.
tawdry,
Emperor.
this tawdry business that we must
Grab his
speak of Abanegre.
Oh, that's it. Rub firm like
More
you was
people get on
wont
with their
before.
legs twitching.
That's it. Both sides will
Legs,
stand my
legs.
malady.
I love it. What is his name, though it be but blood within my mouth? I do no more, but I find myself in hating him the more.
Oh, cursed Boanerges! Without thy axe within our blood, our legs will tap all day and night. We are stuck to walk the earth like this till we have again our crop of spiky gold.
Right. Okay, now do a rhyming couplet to end it. Go.
This
Twitching,
emperor,
twitching.
he cannot
Face the
be
audience.
allowed to live, and we in revolt never shall forgive.
There we go! This play, 45 minutes ago, okay, this play turns out You're right. Inspired, because it was, it was well known, inspired some poets and playwrights and other people like that. So we're now going to do some quotes from those poets and playwrights that were inspired by the themes in this play. Yeah, let's have everyone up. All right. Let's start with. All right, okay, this will be quite good. So start with Tom Sims. Okay, so.
Yes.
Okay, so in the style of Dylan Thomas. Okay, Dylan Thomas wrote a poem kind of about, basically it was like his own retelling of the Aleppo situation, but just like it's a gentle start where we're introduced to all the different bits in the style of, Child's Christmas in Wales.
The moon sits bright tonight on silvered sandy shores, where jolly sailors twitch their legs and walk about the boards. They bounce and twine and sup and sip and laugh and twitch and hick and cup all night, those silly boys, for they have not the slender succulence that feed their people bright.
More compound adjectives.
And so, the sandy, brackish, breakish, badish place that is this Aleppo land, because its evil emperor was destroying all its sand.
Now, okay, a minor character that you could be hilarious about.
Good Francis,
Yes.
He strumpets forth, his leg a tartly mess, his knee is bulbous and all broke, for he has not to bed. He weaves the alleys.
You refer to the chicken that's coming on stage behind you.
In the moonlight stars, and sees a fair old face. His mistress, he thinks, and down he goes to kiss her, all apace. But lo, she feels not like his love. She's furry and quite hard. Her beak it pecks upon his lips, but he doesn't mind.
Okay, all right, let's go for Larkin. A bit of Larkin here. So we've got Larkin talking about, fathers and mothers and daughters.
Mothers are like grains of grass. They cut you down and just think that maybe they aren't. So I'm going to start again.
Yeah, go for it.
Having mothers is like mowing a lawn that you cannot. I'm not in the zone.
We'll go back. Don't worry, we get someone to help you out.
Protective headgear.
Protective headgear, that's going to help. Yeah. We'll get protective headgear. What's happening is you're being interfered with
Every now and then.
by the ether. So put this on.
The bardic tap loosens, but then sometimes the waves come in and block.
So what's going to happen now is, as you speak, we get other people will come in. So you can have a freighter here, can have one of you neophytes here. Okay, so you can assist by giving words that you might be able to use.
Mothers and fathers can't but think. And what are we to do? We might have to unplug that sink, and that's all we can do.
There you go. One more.
Because as kids, we really don't have much to say to them. So maybe we should just back off and leave them for the fen.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, lovely. Right, okay, one more. Go on, you can do it. Come on.
There was a bit of Seamus Heaney there, Fen. If you want to go into Seamus Heaney.
Oh, yeah, go to Heaney. Let's Heaney
And
up.
let's put
Make
them
it
along
political.
the bogs, and it will be so grim that like their talk we shall not rise upon the muddy sin.
Oh, there you go. Right, okay. Let's get some...
That worked, didn't it?
T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot, okay? T.S. Eliot. Okay, let's get T.S. Eliot. So T.S. Eliot, his philosophical musings upon this situation.
When we met on the street, it was like that day when the soft fog played about the feet of souls beyond the palace in Aleppo.
Quotes Dante.
Nel mezzo del cammin di nostra vita. Mi ritroverai selva oscura. Dispiace per tutti il parlo italiano. He said to me. And I at once raised hand to brow. Oh, lost city, oh, forgotten place, that hath such wonders. Besides, the wench is dead now. She did speak truth, but window open, leant, and heard the sound of a teaspoon turning in a cup, and looked upon the ocean, scent of pineapples, calling.
Now quote Goethe.
The nature of tragedy is to find tragedy.
In German.
Die Natur tragic Kind. Entschuldigung für die Deutschgesprechen. Die tragic Kind for die Winter.
And now an amazing head-twisting philosophical turn.
And so the rose falls and petals bloom, even in the dying. The turn, at peace at last. We all must come, we all must come, we all must never come.
There we go, very good! Finally, as you all know, Lorca then did a play.
This is in translation.
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
What about?
He actually just did the whole play, the whole tragic.
whole play.
We already know from the T.S. Eliot that one of the women dies. We don't know which one, but yeah. So this is just a bit of it.
Yes.
A bit of descriptive bit.
Duende!
Duende.
The pineapple knocks on the door.
Oh, wait, Duende. Yeah. Let's do that.
Duende!
Yeah, come on, let's make it. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, everyone get involved. I want some flamenco dancing.
The pineapple knocks on the door to be let in from the cold. And the little boy that all poets lose watches from the moon, holding a music box. The moon shines through, asking for the warmth that the pineapple holds. And when it is cut with a bloody blood knife from out the bloody jungle from the maid's fair grass, she looks to the woman with the constellations on her forehead and asks for an embracement from her lost mother. The mother cries up from the soles of her feet, alas, both energies will not survive.
Got half an hour. Okay, great. Okay, back to the play. Let's skip. Okay, we're going to skip on. A few scenes have happened. We've obviously had. I think the scene that's really important is that the stepdaughter, begging the emperor to be less harsh. I think that's probably one of the big scenes. Okay, so now we're going to start getting. It's going to start getting a bit serious now. Okay, so stepdaughter begging to the emperor, and we'll see what happens. Go for it. Other things have happened as well. He's become particularly cruel. Possibly the emperor said that the daughter wanted to do things, and he got even more angry. What's happened to the empress? What has he done to the empress? Are they on good terms or bad?
Bad.
Bad. Okay. What's happened to the empress?
She's in prison.
She's been imprisoned. Oh, what was your suggestion?
She's fallen in love with pineapples.
She almost certainly is. So in fact, the empress has now gone mad. He's been imprisoned. We'll see her later. Imprisoned. And is now just staring at pineapples. The emperor is being driven. This is very much like a tragic play we've got going on here. Okay, great.
Here, 'tis my father of step that I do see.
I know not how to talk to him, and so I must be brave and bring with me courage, that like I find in that a steely night, and grab with me my sword from thus my heart, and make it hard like I'm upon my son. I will approach, and not let him bite back. I will but see if I can make this so.
Good sir, I am here to talk with you.
I am like the rocks on Leppo's shore, strong and bold, and never turning to the will of you.
He continues his metaphor about the rocks of Aleppo's shore, but gets weirdly geographically specific.
For lo, the limestone that is crumbly and soft are like your words against my granite heart, forged over time, long, long time. And so I do glisten strong, slightly marbly to the visage. And though I may be bald, like rock, yet there I find more strength, because this top is weathered by the sun, the rain, and all the elements of this world. So what are you to me? You cannot bore into my soul, for I am geologically sound.
But do you not speak upon the earth but sea? That persons do walk amongst you here, upon the rocks that you speak so sound of. They are all alike and different as well. But crumbling they are because of you.
Because of me they stand upon this earth. I am the rock where they do dare to tread. If I am weak, then all will fall. You do not know, for royal you are not. You are but one from another's seed. And I have never loved you here,
And
nor...
I have news.
What is it, man? Pray tell, I must now know.
The women in the caves that sing to beat back the waves of sand have fled to Bohemia after tasting bananas. To beat back the waves of sand.
But
And
tell
there's
me,
an approaching.
why have these women fled? I feed them corn, I feed them apps, they are but mine to control.
But as of late there's none. So they have fled to Bohemia where there is fresher, yellower fruit.
Excellent. All right, very good. This is amazing. So good. So as the water comes in to drown Aleppo because of the actions of the emperor, so now he's going to talk. He's going to do the amazing soliloquy. Okay, you could be guessing, but either way.
Troubadour, I think it was the sand is coming.
Yeah.
Oh, so the sand's
Waves
coming
of
over.
Drown
sand.
Aleppo.
Oh, okay, waves of sand. So waves. So the desert is going to devour the city. Amazing. So I want you to then. I want you to do a proper philosophical. But if this. But if that, okay? If one thing, then not the other. And when you're going this way, you're thinking that you're going to continue as the powerful emperor that you are. But then the downside is your entire city might get into the desert. Or this way, you can actually give in and try to be nice to your people, which may save the city, but then you will no longer be of any importance. Okay? You have to probably give power, baby, off to your stepdaughter.
My lord, I'll warn the men upon the walls and leave you with your daughter Step, conveniently alone and witnessed not.
That man has shown much service unto me, like have my people that are now ensconced with sand about their toes, and soon their hips, and then their mouths. Must I to them give over to myself? But no! For I am strong, and if I flee to those three sirens who now bring upon me sand of hell, I will look weak. And what am I unto this world?
But sir, 'tis chance for you to be the hero late. You could stop all the sand from coming in. You could raise an army to devour it up and fight along and win the people's vote.
A king is but a man without his folk, and without them.
Start playing the faces. You're not convincing us anymore.
How?
In fact, here you go. Look, this is what we're going to do. Play the face. If you're really having the proper, what should I do? You're going to ask them what you should do. Okay, they're your people. Would they respect you? Or would they not respect you? You're going to do that. But I'm going to throw out some rhetorical devices you've got to use. Okay,
Good.
All right. Okay. So let's start with easy. Just start with anaphora. Do you remember which one that is?
I do, but for them it might be good too.
So you'll repeat the beginning of your sentences. You'll repeat.
Of course.
I'll give you a bit.
Would you follow a man who took your word, who took your common word and pronounced it as if 'twere truth?
Oh, God, this is great. RSC 1970s. Get her in the audience. Pretend it's radical.
Would you? Listen, you would follow a weak and heartless man who bends and sways much like these willows here?
Yes, because then you will fall.
Fall I will, if I do bend and sweep, for the winds of time and people would rip me asunder from my roots. Would you listen to a king who could not make his mind and stick his feet into the ground? Would you believe a hollow tree that lacked not strength and sound? Would you? I say no, you would not so.
Tom, it's very good, but 1970s, you're more exhausted by your own genius. It's the RSC. Your agent's in. This is gonna count.
No, my people, no! You would not! You would beat upon my husk and rip my shirt asunder, yes you would!
Now, we're going to go to epistrophe, okay? So epistrophe, do you remember what that one is?
I do, yes, but for them
Okay. So you end on the same at the end of every sentence.
yes.
You've got this, Tom.
You cannot be a city without rock!
Yeah.
You cannot fight your foes! Are you not rock?
Yeah.
And one cannot be a king if he is not a rock! A chicken cannot peck upon a rock! But grain it eats, and grain you'll have if you do prey upon the rock. And lo, I will be strong. I will be rock.
Okay, now you're going to say like he's lost it, right? You're going to say a beautiful little thing about maybe the man that you used to respect. So go for it.
For sand is nothing to the rock.
But sand is smooth and like the man I knew when my mother first did come here for you. For you were soft and light and close to sea. You did respect the land and everyone who is here. So, like the sand, you can flow back and forth. Come, help the people. I know you can do all.
But of course, we know that he cannot change his mind. So watch the amazing rejection of his stepdaughter. No, not
The physicality in this is going to be divine.
Yeah, watch what he does with his body. It's quite extraordinary.
Your words, like those sandy grains that beat upon my shores, have hardened still my stony brow.
And then she has to leave.
And from you now, I will not go, but you shall go into the sand.
More Burkhoff!
And join those sirens there. And in your harlot's voice you'll cry, but I will stand so strong and never bend and sway, but like the oak, fly forth and you will buffet against my graded ash.
Now.
And harlot's songs I will not hear, for I am Boanerges!
Now, get sent away. How can you possibly beat this? He then, of course, this is a late play, so you've got to get weird, okay? So what's that? Jamie, then he calls upon Ares, god of war.
So, Ares, god of war, infuse my heart with fire now. If ever you can hear my roar, 'tis time to show your steely face. For I alone will raise my sword against these harlots of the sea and kill them with your blessing.
What ho, what light above! What light, what ho!
What petty mortals! Betray my feast!
Weird spirits, get up to him. Stop repeating the words he's saying.
Weird spirits. You do offend my rest.
Say it at the same time. There you go.
And you disturb my peace. Your disdain and grudge against those from the cove who bring forth the gods and the smite from Jove. Unless you two a slumber dwell, your mortal spirit
will be dragged to hell. This is not for the gods to solve. You yourself must appease the code. You must give them their bananas and settle the famine of your ananas.
Okay! Right, so he has to make his way down to the cove. It's the only way he's going to save himself and his soul. Meanwhile, in the second last scene, we're going to actually go to the Empress, who is in prison, insane, and dreaming of pineapples. This is going to be a beautiful scene, a very beautiful scene. Oh, in fact, you know what's going to be? She'll be there with her fool. Who wants to be the fool? Want to be the fool?
Yes.
Right, you're going to sing in that case.
Oh, good.
You're singing her a nonsense song.
Okay.
And she sits there. So, Empress.
Just sneaking off, Dylan.
Yes, you are. give Empress a box to sit on. That'd be quite nice. Then she can stand up appropriately.
For God's sake, I'm trying to get off.
Yeah, I know.
Get it back.
O servant, will ere this syrup be off from my lips? I wipe it and it will but never not stick. I have but wiped it all this day so far. It is breaking my heart that I must wipe. Distract me from this sticky dew. Please sing for me like you always used to do.
Oh, the sticky sap of bananas. It falls, your lips, they are so tasty at the drips. But lo, the drips, they stick and close your mouth. You cannot speak, or thoughts go south, and soon your heart begins to break.
More capering.
Ah, yes, and lo, oh, the spikes, they rain upon your face. You want this fruit, but lo, it hurts your face. One sticky, now cut, and so embraced. Why the fruit, why would the Lord make such a sticky fruit with spikes? It hurts, it's horrible to eat, and also use in improvisational scenes. Whoa!
Your song has wrung my heart to heightened joy, and yet you stop, and so my heart is down. Please sing again.
But lo, the sand, it laughs our great shores. Aleppo is no more. The fools and queens are mad and brave. Why would Botanus do this day? We'll die, who will tell our tale? Will it be Lorca or maybe Dylan Thomas? We know not why we sing these songs. Our rebels, they are great when we are weak. In death we find a strength or meat. We cannot be the ones who fall, for we have song and words stand tall. We are now the ones who will in death be kinder and still. And you, my majesty, in madness are reborn.
Your song has cleared my mind, and now I see that to get this syrup from off my lips I must exfoliate with some substance of such grit. I must use sand, and from this mess we've wove, we must unto that place. Let's to the cove!
Now, that last scene, let's do one more thing. Before we get to the very final scene of the whole thing, it may interest you to know that, in fact, Beckett was also rather impressed by this, and he wrote an entire play based on it. So we're now going to do the Beckett version of that last scene. Look, it's all right. If it's not good, I'll just move on.
Down, down I fall, down into the sand, 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 down into the very sand I fall and die, and cannot know what is to die into the sand. The sticky syrup eats my brow. I cannot fall, fall, fall down into the sand. I die, my people die, I wither go.
Very good, thank you very much. Right. Now, final scene. We're now at the cove. Everything is to play for. So let's see what happens. There we go. Let's build it up.
Tied here to this post upon this cove, I do not know if I may live to see again the people of Aleppo who I love. But perhaps some saviour can come here to me, much like Apollo has winged in the sky. He'd save me, I believe. He could, I know not.
My duty here is done. I, Grigor, from way before and many acts ago, have seen thee to this rocky place of death. Had I the power, I would release thee, yet repentance is not mine, 'tis the king's.
And of course we need to see all the characters, so also Sodomiko is there, so you need to do, double work. So Sodomiko is here, and then you're there as well. Okay, great, that's Jocelyn.
The emperor that I speak, oh, let me stand before you here, and bear myself before, so that none a drop of sand may strike. But Sodomiko, thou art erect as once thou was, when thou heldst spear against those 30,000 Greeks.
Oh. I, Sodomiko, did remember so. As happened here upon this rock. We may but think it will not come again, but sand is coming. Approach here, Gregor, see.
Oh, let me not block the princess' step.
You're the princess now. Yeah, speak.
Speak to Sodomiko. He longs to hear your words. He dies, I think.
This kindly man, he does come here to save my life here, but I want not think to see. Sodomiko, please give me some choice, sweet words to help me find the strength to go. I must save the people of Aleppo here. I need to know. Please tell me now. Go, go.
Right. Yeah, now this is going to do really great. This is going to be like one of those advice things, but you're very old and you're going to die really soon. Okay?
Really soon?
Yeah, really soon. Can I have like a collection of things, like the 4 elements, but another collection of things?
Live, laugh, laugh.
Live, love, laugh. Yeah, so you're going to say, thou shouldst live, love,
laugh.
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 That's it, let's see. Okay, then
Okay, yeah.
Thus thou shouldst think upon these very words. Thou must go to live and laugh and love. And live must be your words here too today. But laugh, much like the twitching man. I die. These words, good horror.
Oh, step princess. Methinks, oh, 'tis metamimesis true. Mutmimis true. The bequeathing life he does to you. What ho! I hear a sound, I see a spark. Who is this that comes through the dark?
Someone comes.
Who?
Yeah, right.
I am here to wash my face of that pineapple juice. The sand will rub the dew from off my lips. I will but rub and clear my eyes, which fill with sugar juice. And now I see my mind is clear, and who else is behind me?
Mother, don't you see? Look here upon this face that does shine much like the sun. I'm here to see you again, and your mind is back with you. Is this true? Here, my kind.
I am real here. It is real true, as you real see before you.
Shall we go now to find the emperor thus? We must try and clear the land of him, I think. He's terror and he destroys the land with rocks.
But lo, what body's here? It can't be him. My father, who has died, is now a corpse? Oh no!
Now there's the amazing speech. What is the image that the Empress explores when describing her father? Give me an object, a thing.
A feather.
A feather, I heard. Feather. Oh yeah, pineapple would be good, but feather. A feather.
He was so light and gentle for this world. He belonged to a strong wing that flew and soared above our petty heads, but was so light when it was individuate.
It's a late play. It's a late play. You can get away with that.
He would be plucked from off that wing and float so gentle through the air, bouncing along the clouds of fluff that fill with rains and tears that drop from all the eyes above our heads, drenching the earth with tears of life and floating gently down in a dancer's sway to rest its head for a final rest.
And then, of course, the Emperor arrives with all of his troops. Let's see what happens.
What do I see? On yonder beach below, my people and my wife, stepdaughter, all in tow. You stand at certain death's edge to protect the city that you love. And I come here, armed for war, but not with God's support. What am I now? What have I been? For now I see a rock is made of grain and grains and grains combined. Together you are strong, where I am weak. And so, good folk, I must move forth, for now I see my place is here in sand to protect thee. To the waves that I have brought upon these shores, I give myself to save the life that's yours. So claim me, Ares, and others in your tow. I cannot let this place fall down to more and more and more such woe.
And so we see now Ares and his spirits come to take him away.
No petty mortal of this Aleppo port.
And he then speaks in some ancient Greek.
Gratis Greshnos Gurus University.
And then back to English.
You will but live for one more year. But before you go to Sharon's boat, you'll learn that you are but the sort of all those common folk who live in your port. That all the palaces are made of such crude stuff as rocks and sand and syrupy glue. The palace you live in is built from all the crude materials that you dwell on here. You'll learn to live as others do, and you find yourself born anew.
And as Ares and his spirits fade away, we see the others all coming to approach him. He knows he has 1 year left to live, and the heart-breaking final scene between him and his family and his friends.
Dear wife, let me with sandy grains upon my hand clean forth your sticky brow. And once again, take hold your hand. For though I have but 1 year to live, a common man with Francis shall I shriv and shake my leg and tap upon the ground and drink sweet sack and sell nanas to common man. we may live together as once we did. A shelter on the shore. And I will live all my life anew and cherish every second of that hour with you. And Aleppo shall be saved and governed by a stronger soul.
And then the others, of course, they all have their little speeches as well.
My daughter loves the common folk, and she must find a husband who is from their ilk, so she can wed the palace with the proletariat.
Visionary late play.
To stand upon this rock and see a man that did was here with me. And I think Gregor could be the one. For me, with a face also like sun. Because he has so saved me thus. And for Aleppo, we will fight and go. So let us rise and have good son and take our marriage, for Aleppo will be one.
And they end with an amazing song. And a lot of dancing.
Diogenes, the story will be told.
Diogenes, you were too bold. Diogenes, your life was cold. Sodomico was very old.
There was love in the air, and nobody cared. They found Gregor and the princess together. Love in the air, and suddenly there, a dynasty formed.
Diogenes, your stepdaughter, she built a land of hope and dreams and truth. Diogenes has one more year. Diogenes, oh, don't be here.
An amazing final silhouette. Chance here as well. And of course, thanks so much to the Willow Globe, Dylan Pursuit, for everyone, for all the amazing work you do. Thank you so much for having us here. Thank you very much. I think that's us. Anything else? Phil, you're going to go and have a short drink one.
Our revels now are ended. And these are actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air. Into thin air, and like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherit, shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant, fading, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of.